Stacks, Andy P, Rooftop, TP, and Big T.
What's happening, everybody? Once again, it's time for At Home with the Crossover, and I'm your man, Big T, alongside the usual cast of characters, my tag team partners. We got none other than Bro Mel is in the house. Bro Mel, what's going on?
Hey, glad to be here again. Miss you guys. Been a couple of weeks.
There you go. Hey, sporting that Packers gear, and he's ready
Oh,
for the draft.
hey, that time of the year, ain't it?
That's right. And then we got Aggie P, the man that brings the Ag swag to the show each and every week. Aggie P, what's happening?
Hey, brother, I'm glad to be here, and that Aggie pride is still nationwide, baby.
Hey, it wouldn't be a crossover without that right there. Even
That's
the
right.
home edition. There you go.
Yes,
And then
sir.
you got the man holding things down in the digital world, keeping us online with the count and all that stuff, making sure we're good with the timing. We're talking about the Bird Man, and he's representing with his Eagles gear. Bird, what's up?
The draft guru is in the house.
The draft guru. The draft guru. Hey, I like it. And together we are the tunnel crew, watching everything that happens inside and outside the tunnel, leading to the lines of competition in the world of sports. All right, and before we kick off our hot topics tonight, I just want to lead the show by correcting something that I said last week. Last week we were talking about Wes Miller. We talked about him getting the new deal with Cincinnati. And over the air, I said that he had I believe it was $6 million deal from Cincinnati, and I said it was $6 million per year. That was wrong. I was thinking, $6 million total, but I was even wrong with that because the actual number is $7.8 million for 6 years. Mm-hmm. So that was the correction there. And then I also said that it was a pay upgrade because he was making $1 million a year at UNCG. It was actually $1 million for his entire contract. I think he was making like something around $300,000, a little over $300,000 a year or something like that. So just wanted to get that straight before we started this week's show and make sure that we are correcting ourselves when we're wrong. So there you go. All right, now it's time to go to the hot topics and move on there. It's the hottest stories in sports. May not be what everybody else is talking about, but it's the things that we want to talk about. And of course, we're going to start this show with the NFL draft because it kicks off this Thursday. As you can see, there's a lot of NFL gear flying around. Bromel's got his Packers gear on. Birdman's got his Eagles gear on. I got my Dolphins gear on. And Aggie P, as usual, got his Ag swag on.
I messed it up, Big T. Hey, you should have sent the memo out. I got some Giants paraphernalia. Look, I might go change during the break.
That's all right, Aggie P. That's all right. Well, hey, everybody, of course, knows that Trevor Lawrence is expected to be the number one pick. I mean, Jacksonville is all but said, they're going to take him. And one of the interesting things about him that came out last week, we didn't get a chance to talk about it, but I figured we might save it for this week anyway because of the draft being this week. He did a Sports Illustrated interview, and he made some comments that, raised some eyebrows. So here's what he said. He said, I don't have a huge chip on my shoulder, and people mistake that, the huge chip thing for being a competitor, for wanting payback for everybody that's said things about you and all that stuff. And he said, I think it's unhealthy. To a certain extent. And so when he said that, a lot of people were like, whoa, this guy, he don't really want to win. He doesn't have the Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, syndrome as a leader and a football first guy. What do you guys think about the heat he's catching? There was also some comments that, hey, if this was Trey Lance or Justin Fields saying this, or anybody else of those five quarterbacks everybody's saying is going to go, they said they would have got torn to shreds. What do you guys think about that story?
Well, Big T, I mean, whenever you expected to come off the board early like that, I mean, you really, and a team is willing to put everything on the line for you, you really got to set the tone of you coming there being a leader.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't have good leadership skills by now, please hurry up and get them, because you got to lead grown men now.
Yeah.
And they're expecting that, coming into their organization and everything. So, hey, I mean, my hat's off to the guy. I mean, for just speaking how you feel or whatever.
Yeah.
But, if you go, my opinion, if you're going into that situation, hey, come with it.
Yeah.
I'm the best thing you ever going to see. We're going to come in and we're going to do this. And, I know I'm young. I know I'm a rookie, but I'm here to do a job. To me, that's the attitude you have to have.
Yes, and Agape, you're right in that position anyway. As a quarterback, hey, you got to be the leader. Now, you may not hear that much when it's say, defensive line or somebody to come out. They just do their job, But as you being the number one, you being a quarterback and you being the leader, regardless if you want to be a leader or not, you the leader, And you got to come out and insert yourself and say, the things that you were saying to show them that, hey, I'm here. I'm number one. I'm going to show you why I'm number one. Because you got to have some followers in order to get it done.
That's right.
You got to sell some tickets.
well, and I'm curious to know. I mean, I didn't read the article. I just heard, these sound bites and things like that. I'm curious to know, in the article, was he asked the question like that, or did he just bring it up? Because I'm thinking, if he just brought it up, then why would you even go there and say, well, I'm not a chip on my shoulder guy? It's like, wow. So I'm assuming he was asked about that, but if he just brought that up off the cuff on his own, I'm like, why would you, is that trying to basically prepare everybody for if you stumble, if you're not as good as, is that kind of trying to say, hey, I'm giving myself an excuse, because we know he went and got married real quick. He got married a couple of weeks ago, and I'm like, man, he wasted no time and going ahead and tying the knot.
I don't know, Big T. I mean, I don't understand that. I wouldn't have said anything like that.
Yeah,
and played that sport. Yeah, that's just not normal talk. I mean, you think you bigger than life. I mean, whether you're a quarterback, a running back, a tight end, offensive guard. Yeah, your mentality and the way they train you is that I'm the man.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, hey, nobody, especially when you are blessed to be able to go into the NFL. Hey, I mean, you have made it. That was everybody's goal starting out as a little kid, they wanted to play, NFL, and you have made it, and that's the comment you're going to make? I don't know, Big T.
So you don't know? You're a little nervous about him?
A little nervous about it, Big T.
Hey, when he get one of those hits, he going to realize where he was at.
Right.
Hey, you playing with grown men now.
That's right. Hey, Justin Fields, his stock was falling, and everybody was trying to figure out why. And it was later learned that he had revealed to several front office reps and interviews and things like that he was battling through epilepsy. He's been battling through epilepsy, and he's battled through it, all the way throughout his playing career and everything. And basically, for those who don't know, it's a neurological disorder that can cause seizures. It hasn't impacted him on the field, but apparently it has hurt his stock, because you remember at one time he was the clear-cut number two quarterback, and then all of a sudden he just started falling, and everybody was like, why is he falling? I mean, he hadn't played a game, since he was number two, knowing it number two, and now his stock's falling. And a lot of people think this is what it is, but the experts are saying that it's manageable, and like I said, it hadn't affected him on field, so his stock in a lot of teams' eyes is starting to rise back up. So we'll have to see what happens there, but he's going to use it to kind of educate the public on the issue. So good for him, and hopefully it works out for him, because it was sad to see him drop like that. Yeah. Hey, when we come back, we got more of At Home with the Crossover. Catch us on the other side of the break.
Why so sad when the joy is here? What's the answer? Joy in the morning, the crossover. You can find them all right here on 100.7 WLJF. There's no need to be down when there's plenty of joy to go around. Get your daily dose and turn that frown upside down. Love and Faith Radio, 100.7 WLJF, the joy.
My name is Priscilla Van. I'm with Hometown Insurance Service. I'm an independent insurance agent that specializes in Medicare, senior solutions, life, and health. I work with dozens of companies so that I can offer you the appropriate coverage as well as the affordable price for your insurance needs. If I can help you, please contact me at my website, hometowninsuranceservice.com, or email me at hometown.inservice, or you can find me on Facebook at Hometown Insurance Service. Thank you.
Times are changing. We all have questions about the future. Join us as we find the answers through the Word of God.
Love and Faith Christian Fellowship invites you to join our congregation. One church, 2 locations, Greensboro and Kernersville.
We're helping people on their path to find God as we provide spiritual leadership and growth through diverse ministry.
Celebrating over 25 years of ministry, join our Love and Faith community where Jesus Christ is Lord and the people are loved.
All right, welcome back to At Home with the Crossover, and be sure to catch this live edition of the show each and every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. while we're still battling this pandemic. And you can watch the Tunnel Crew, all the members of the Tunnel Crew each and every week on Love and Faith Radio on our YouTube channel. And once you're there, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the show. Tell all your friends about it, and make sure that everybody checks us out every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. on YouTube. And then on Thursday nights, you can catch the original crossover show on our original day and time, Thursday nights at 7 p.m. for the audio version of the show. And that edition is available online at WLJFradio.com. You can also catch that version of the show on our app, our 100.7 WLJF app. And it is available both on Google Play and in the iTunes store. So be sure to catch us every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. on YouTube and every Thursday night at 7 p.m. on WLJFradio.com. All right, let's get back to it. The hot topics we were talking about. And I believe we got Stats on. Do we have Stats? Stats, are you there?
I don't think he's on, Big T.
He's not on. He told me he was on audio only, but I don't hear him. So we'll move on. If Stats is able to jump in, then we'll talk a little baseball with him. Real quick, going back to what we were talking about before the break with the Justin Fields epilepsy and everything. His family, they said several of his family members have managed epilepsy as well, and they've grown out of it. He's expected to grow out of it. So, any thoughts on that from the crew?
Well, I think, with the NFL, the doctors that they have, anything, they're going to catch anything, and they're going to make their recommendations. So, if that came out, then they're going to thoroughly, really, whoever may pick them, they're going to thoroughly go through the medical people to see where he's at, which that will make a difference probably on where he may go.
Yeah.
But also too, I don't know, being an owner, that brings a concern because you don't know when it might occur. And you don't want that to happen on the field and he get seriously hurt. And I mean, let's just be real. I mean, and we lose this guy. So I can see how his stock went down, Big T. I had no idea that he had it, because I'm really pulling for that kid. Man, I like that kid. When I saw him play, and hey, man, it's going to be a good pick for someone. But that kind of
you're right.
Whoever picks him is going to have to work through that.
Right.
Two-edged sword in a way.
And you're correct on that, Aggie. That's one of those, and playing on that level too. That's gonna be a tricky call. I pray that he gets there, but like you say, you don't want anything to happen on the field. It's totally different from college football.
Hey, the Panthers, there's a lot of reports swirling around that they're going to try to trade that number 8 pick, and so the question I have for the Tunnel Crew is: should they stay where they are? Should they trade it? What do you guys think?
Trade offensive tackle.
Trade it. So you thinking they trade back and get an offensive tackle a little bit later on?
Yes, that's
And
what they
what if
need.
Panay Sewell is there at 8?
The thing is, the Panthers need somebody to protect Bridgewater. They need somebody to protect that quarterback.
Yeah.
After what happened this year, offensive tackle.
And with that, they may trade back because this year, out of other years, the lineman is you got a lot of good linemen out there.
Yeah.
Talking about, the lineman is pretty deep in this draft.
Oh,
than, it has been in the past. So, hey, pick up some more players. Hey, depends on how far you want to go back. I think that's going to be the key.
Yeah, that's a good point, Brother Mill, because you got about, when I was looking at it, probably about 3 or 4 linemen that could go in the top 10.
Right.
Yeah. So it's
They're saying it's a deep draft for linemen.
Yeah. All right, big guys.
Yeah. By the way, digging that Giants.
Yeah. Boy, hey, it's good to be on this Zoom at home. Wardrobe is right now.
Say if we were in studio, you couldn't do
it, Big T. I had to go with the Aggie gear, but yeah. Yes, sir.
Oh man. Okay. So let's move on to the NBA now, and the Brooklyn Nets. The band is almost back together. Not quite back. Harden's still out, but KD he did come back the other night. I think it was Sunday night, and in that game, him and Kyrie Irving, they pretty much put on a show. It was a 128-119 win over the Suns. Durant didn't even play the first quarter. Had 33 points in 3 quarters. He came off the bench. He requested that he come off the bench, and then Kyrie Irving, he had 34 points. And I don't know if y'all saw the highlights, but the sick crossover he had was ridiculous. I mean, he crossed somebody up. I can't remember who it was. He crossed him up and went to the hole. And he had all kinds of nice moves in that game. And I was telling somebody, I said, man, here's the sad thing about him. If it's just on the court, if the guy just would concentrate and focus on, he's one of the best players in the league.
Yeah.
I mean, arguably one of the best players of all time, but it's all the other stuff, Aggie P, that's your man.
Yeah. And it's very sad because he want to be that man.
Yeah.
And he want to be seen as that man, but things get in the way of him achieving, because he has the talent to come in and say, hey, I'm the man, but he has to be there every night and all the other stuff he got going on. You need to go, Big T.
And you're right,
personal days.
Yeah, I think he got a lot of
Sage and all that.
I think he got some personal stuff outside of basketball that's hindering.
Yeah.
And I watched a little bit of that Phoenix game, man, but Phoenix didn't even look like they didn't look like the Phoenix, that you would see. But, he played a great game,
He did.
Kyrie always play a good game. It's just his focus when he's away from the game. Because, if they get hard, but you got to look at, man, they got a nice second squad.
Yeah, they do.
They're not dropping, man. When they go to that second squad, man, they don't miss a beat, man.
And they've got 41 wins, number 1 in the East, and this is with basically a mash unit. I mean, they haven't had the big 3 have only played together 7 games this season. Of course they got Harden late, but the 3 of them have only played 7 games together, and they still got 41 wins, still leading the East. So I mean, it's pretty incredible when you think about it. If they can get everybody healthy and get in the playoffs, they might be very dangerous.
They will be if everybody's healthy.
Yeah. If they bench continue to play like they bench is playing, they're gonna be hard to beat.
Yeah.
So them boys putting up some numbers, man.
Oh yeah. And I'm glad you mentioned that too, bro, Mel, because even with the big 3, it's not, they can't, if it was just them, they wouldn't be able to win. Right. You got to have other guys step up to the plate, and like you said, they wouldn't be winning like this with some of their key pieces out unless they've got talent at other places. Right. So, hey, the Knicks had, and I emphasize had, a 9-game winning streak, the longest winning streak in 25 years for the Knicks. Hey, Spike Lee said all is forgiven. He's back at the stadium cheering for the Knicks and everything. You know, it goes to show you, boy, we fair weather fans. You know what I'm saying? We'll jump on that bandwagon in a minute, and then they had the streak ended by Phoenix, team we were just talking about, as a matter of fact. And then Bradley Beal, man, 45 points, but it wasn't enough. And the Wizards saw their 8-game winning streak snap. I didn't even know the Wizards were on an 8-game winning streak, you know?
They just come out of nowhere with that one.
Yeah, it's like, what, 8-game winning streak? And speaking of streaks, Oklahoma City, 14 games in a row lost. And I only bring that up because I wanted to laugh at them.
Hey. Yes.
Hey, 14 games is a lot of games to be losing, especially this late in the season. So straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Your morale is pretty much down there.
Hey, guys, planning vacation.
You're right.
Yeah, because I was gonna say that's a hard thing right there. You done gave up, man. When you're in the NBA, you got to play hard, man.
Yeah.
You know, and the team that they have, that's uncalled for, man. You know.
Well, we talked about this on the show a long time ago. You said when you draft somebody, it's good to find out from them. Are you a hate to lose guy, or are you a love to win guy?
Right.
Because, see, a hate to lose guy is going to do everything he can to turn it around because he hates to lose. A love to win guy is only playing great and having fun when he's winning, you know. When he's losing, you know, he'll be one of the most miserable people on the team and bring everybody else down. So, you know, I think I'd rather have a hate to lose guy than a love to win guy, you know.
I would too.
Any day of the week. Yes, sir.
You're exactly right.
Tom Brady is a hate to lose guy, you know.
Yeah. Michael Jordan, you know, those type of guys. Yeah.
Exactly. Hey, Steph Curry, we know what kind of a tear he's been on. We talked about it last week, and that tear has continued. It's to the point that even with the team having a losing record, people are asking, can he seriously win the MVP? So last week, you know, he set all kinds of records and did all kinds of things that were out of this world. Well, he did some more, continuing the end of the week and on into this week. He scored 30 points, and he's the first player over 33 to score 30 points in 11 straight games. And he broke Kobe Bryant's record. Kobe Bryant was the previous record holder there of 10 straight games of 30 points for somebody that's 33 years old. And then he hit 85 threes. 85 threes in the month of April, which broke James Harden's record. So I just want to ask everybody, I mean, I know the team is losing or they're around 500, but what this guy is doing, I mean, he's rewriting the record books. And if you saw some of those threes last night, I mean, he hit like 3 of them from almost half court, just pulled up, you know, cross half court and pulled up and just shot it and drilled him, you know? I mean, it's insane how good the guy is.
Well, you know, he's one of those players, like you just said. I know he hates to lose, but he's a competitor.
Yeah.
So regardless what it is, he's going to play his game, you know. Yeah. He's going to play his game, and he's going to make you guard, you know. And that's just the way he plays. You know, he's there to play hard, and he's going to play hard every game.
Yeah.
You know, he's not complaining about what they don't have and what they do have. As long as he go out there and play his 100%, then he's satisfied.
Yep.
You know?
And you know what? His performance shows us, it proves that he's a hate to lose guy. Because if he was love to win guy, he wouldn't be putting up the kind of numbers and playing the way he's playing, you know? I mean, he's doing everything he can to try to get that team W. So,
hey, tell him to keep shooting.
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, hey, if he's on, I mean, I'm pretty Brother Mel can tell you. I mean, if he's feeling it, the knees are good and the release is good, man, keep feeding that bucket. I wouldn't stop.
And you look at his percentages out the roof.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's shooting what, 40, almost 50%?
Almost 50%. I think last time I checked, I think they said it was around like 56, 57, 46, 47%.
It's almost like 60%.
Yeah, he's crazy, you know. So
that's unbelievable. You know, you shoot 40%. That's great.
Yeah,
And he 38% is great. You know,
and he's shooting close to like you said, Bird. He's shooting like 60 from the field and like 40. I think it's like 46 or something like that from the 3-point line. And you know, he really is one of those guys. Like they say, as soon as he step on the court, you better guard him. Because, like I said, last night, I saw him, he hit 7 threes, but 3 of them, he had just barely crossed half court. He just pulled up, man, and hit him. You know, I was like,
wow. With a hand in his face, too.
Yeah, with a hand in his face. I'm like, man, how dangerous are you if you just pull up from that far back and hit him, you know? So.
Wait, did you see the play when he shot it left-handed on the 3-point?
Yeah. I saw that on ESPN.
Man, I'm
like, man, what? What is that?
There were people trying to say Klay Thompson is the greatest shooter of all time, and I think Steph has proven it's him. You know, I mean, Klay ain't bad. I ain't gonna take anything away from him, but Steph is amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, any Laker fans in the house?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, your boys have lost four out of their last 6, and they're currently 5th in the West. They got AD back, you know, and he basically said, hey, it feels like starting over. He said, you know, everybody's got to get used to him. He's got to get used to everybody because he's been out, 19 games, something like that?
Yep, 19.
You know? So he said, you know, everybody's got to get used to him. He's got to get used to everybody. He said it's like starting over, and he said it's going to be even more so like that when LeBron comes back. Thoughts on the Lakers, everybody?
Nobody expects. I mean, some people expect us to just come out guns blazing because, we got AD back. No, nobody expects that. Okay, AD, the type of injuries that AD and LeBron have, that takes time for them to come back. Even if we make the playoffs, I'd be surprised if we win a couple games in the playoffs. And I'm just being very honest because of the type of injuries that they have. You don't just come on the court, you're back healthy, and just start shooting like you used to.
Yeah, that's why I shared probably quite a few shows back that's why the bench and the other people you have on your team is very important. Because when you have things like that to happen, and these guys ain't been out there producing, and, you're gonna have that, and that's what you have right now. But if they let the doors open on those guys when they was okay, man.
Yeah,
they wouldn't have lost that many games. I tell you that.
Hey, the new championship odds came out on Monday, and they've now got the Nets, number 1 team, to expected to win the championship. The Lakers, number 2. So there you go, Bird. They still believe in them. Got the Clippers 3rd, Jazz 4th, and I just got a question: where are the Bucks and the Suns? Hold
on. Where's the 76ers?
Where the 76? Yeah,
Wait a minute. With Embiid is healthy.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I watched that game. Right. I was like, I'd rather watch paint dry.
Right.
I mean, without him, Big T, I don't know. Maybe it was just a bad night.
So they're not a good team.
They're not a good team, Big T.
Hey, everybody, be sure to catch this live at-home edition of Crossover every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. And you can do that by tuning in to YouTube and finding our Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel. Once you're there, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And then you can catch us on our original day and time for the audio version of the show, 7 p.m. on Thursday nights for the original Crossover show. You can listen to that version online at WLJFradio.com. And you can also download our WLJF 100.7 app. It's available both on Google Play and in the iTunes Store. When we come back, we got our question of the day, and you're listening to At Home with the Crossover.
Why so sad when the joy is here? What's the answer? Joy in the morning, the crossover. You can find them all right here on 100.7 WLJF. There's no need to be down when there's plenty of joy to go around. Get your daily dose and turn that frown upside down. Love and Faith Radio, 100.7 WLJF, the joy.
My name is Priscilla Van. I'm with Hometown Insurance Service. I'm an independent insurance agent that specializes in Medicare, senior solutions, life, and health. I work with dozens of companies so that I can offer you the appropriate coverage as well as the affordable price for your insurance needs. If I can help you, please contact me at my website, hometowninsuranceservice.com, or email me at hometown.insurvice, or you can find me on Facebook at Hometown Insurance Service. Thank you.
Times are changing. We all have questions about the future. Join us as we find the answers through the Word of God.
Love and Faith Christian Fellowship invites you to join our congregation. One church, 2 locations, Greensboro and Kernersville.
We're helping people on their path to find God as we provide spiritual leadership and growth through diverse ministry.
Celebrating over 25 years of ministry. Join our Love and Faith community where Jesus Christ is Lord and the people are loved.
100.7 WLJF.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to At Home with the Crossover. Make sure to catch this edition of the show every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. on YouTube. Once you go there, you can find us on our Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the show. And then you can find us on our original day and time on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. for the audio version of the show. And you can catch that edition online at WLJFradio.com. You can also download the WLJF 100.7 Love and Faith app, and it's available both on Google Play and in the iTunes store. So that's Thursday nights at 7 p.m. So catch both versions of the show each and every week. Make sure to tell your friends about it, like, share, and some at-home edition on Tuesday nights on YouTube. All right, real quick, couple of loose ends I want to tie up before we jump into our question of the day. Baylor head coach Kim Mulkey. She just up and left the Baylor program after taking them to the Final Four, and the game ending on a controversial call and everything. Home came a calling. She's a Louisiana native, played for Louisiana Tech, won a national championship at Louisiana Tech as a player and as an assistant coach, and of course she's won 3 national championships with Baylor. She's the only woman in women's college basketball history to win as a player, as an assistant coach, and as a head coach. Got 5 total. And so LSU came a calling, and that's her home. Not her home school, but her home state. And she said, okay, I'm going back there. So after 21 years and 86% winning percentage at Baylor, she said, see ya. I might want to be you. So there we go. So congratulations to her. I'm pretty sure she got a nice little payday coming as well. So we give her a lot of credit there. Anybody want to speak on that real quick?
Well, she's done proven she's a pretty good coach. Just look at her track record and just, to go back home. That, that's what some want to do. Like I said, not the school she graduated from, but that's her hometown. And it's like, let me go back and see what I can do at LSU.
That's right.
And that may be her last stop,
It might be, because like you say, she's home now. So, might as well close it out at home, right?
That's right.
All right. And then moving on to Major League Baseball, just a couple of quick mentions here. The A's, they had the 13-game winning streak snap. Since we're talking about streaks tonight, they had theirs snapped earlier this week by the Orioles. And Stats Dodgers, they played an epic series with the Padres 2 weekends in a row. Now, those two teams, the way they're playing, and I know they got to play several more times this season, it's some incredible baseball. And I don't know if, even if you're not a diehard baseball fan or whatever, you can see the intensity, and you normally don't equate the word intensity with baseball, but you can see the intensity in the two teams when those guys match up. So it's been must see.
Wait a minute, Big T.
Yeah.
I mean, where is the intensity going? I mean, just paint the picture for me. We can move on.
Hey man,
going to bat maybe. I mean, are they gripping the bat hard?
It's not so much in what they do; it's how they go about playing the game. Okay,
Big T.
You can see the level of intensity rising for just a regular, ordinary baseball game. You
So-
know,
Okay.
So Big T, you saying it's sort of like a playoff atmosphere?
exactly.
Okay. I can take that, a rival playoff atmosphere.
Yep, and that's
I
been
appreciate that, man. Y'all had to clear that one up for me. I just didn't see no
Say they gripping the
aggression
bat.
in baseball and intensity. Yeah.
Hey, digging in a little harder.
Yeah, kicking a little dirt, you know. Hey. Oh, he's really fired up there. Okay.
Throwing the ball to first base a little harder, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, staring at each other a little harder, you know.
Right.
Hey, and then there was a no-hitter that wasn't a no-hitter. So Madison Bumgarner, he threw a no-hitter against the Braves for the of course he plays for the Diamondbacks, and a lot of people didn't know that. A lot of people thought he's still with the Giants. But anyway, he threw a no-hitter, but because of league rules, so anytime they play a doubleheader, they do 7 innings starting this year. That's a new rule they put in this year. It's an old rule that they brought back, 7 innings for doubleheaders. And he pitched the second game of the doubleheader, and it was a no-hitter. But he only pitched 7 innings, and by Major League Baseball rules, got to go 9 innings.
Yeah.
And so therefore they won't give him credit for the no-hitter. A lot of people are shaking their heads saying it's ridiculous. It should be a no-hitter. But they've got that rule that says in order for a no-hitter to qualify, it has to be 9 innings. And they said, well, he couldn't play 9 innings because you guys put I got a solution for this. You say we're doing 7 innings for a doubleheader unless a guy has a no-hitter. If he has a no-hitter, then you go ahead and play the last 2 innings. That's your solution right there.
I'm with you, Big T. Put it on paper. Hey, let's go March or something.
Say, give a guy a chance, right?
Yeah, that's right. Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty sad. So, and I'm sad that we couldn't get Stats' opinion on that, but I know he's fired up, and I know he'll have a lot to say about it next week. Moving on real quick, couple of NFL coaches. NFL coaches been spouting off a lot of crazy stuff, and this is going to tie into our question of the day here. So, of course, we know back when Dan Campbell got hired, he had the whole, we're going to bite kneecaps off on the way down and getting back up. We're going to be biting kneecaps off. And then your guy, Bird, your guy, Nick Sirianni, this week talking about he's got the rock, paper, scissors test for draft picks, So he want to know how intense they are and how much they want to win, So he plays rock, paper, scissors with them. So,
wow.
And then yesterday, Kyle Shanahan for the 49ers, he was asked about, everybody expects them to take a quarterback since they moved up to third. And he was asked about Jimmy Garoppolo. Basically, they said, is Jimmy G going to still be on the roster come Sunday after the draft is over? And Kyle Shanahan's response was, well, I can't guarantee anyone in the world will be alive on Sunday. So, no, I can't guarantee that him. What in the world?
What is he talking about?
He must believe in God. Like, if it be the Lord's will, Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, why do we have to go morbid like that? The draft is making these coaches get a little loopy. You know what I'm saying?
He should have just said, I can't answer that question at the present time.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, and everybody would have moved on. But what he said was a little, maybe the guy hasn't had that much rest.
Yeah, it's draft week. So.
Yeah, it is draft week.
Everybody up all night trying to decide who's going to be the one.
Well,
nobody knows.
I hope we keep getting crazy comments from all these coaches, because between biting kneecaps off and playing rock, paper, scissors to determine whether you draft the guy, it's getting crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so since we're talking coaches and the draft and all that stuff, our question today is this: what should your team do in the draft and in the upcoming draft? And we're talking specifically about the members of the Tunnel Crew that are present tonight. Birdman, of course, the Eagles guy. I'm a Dolphins guy. Bromel is a Packers guy, and Aggie P is a Giants guy. So we're gonna go ahead and ask the Tunnel Crew, what do you think your team should do in the draft? And I'm gonna get in and out real quick so you guys can take center stage. I think my Dolphins should take Devontae Smith with 6. And then at 18, I think if Najee Harris is there, I know it's like, man, what are you trying to do? Build Alabama of the NFL? But if Najee Harris is there, I think we should take him. And that's where I stand. I'm only gonna say the first round. I'm not Birdman, don't be trying to break down the entire draft now.
No, just the first round. I'd agree with the wide receiver, just not the name. Jamar Chase. We done been through this.
Well,
Jamar Chase.
I think he's gonna be gone. I think the Bengals are gonna take him at 5. You know I've said that.
I see where you're going, but the Bengals don't need no talent on the outside. They need somebody to protect Burrow.
I know what you're saying. All right, what are your Eagles? What do you think your Eagles should do?
With the 12th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select cornerback J.C. White, because that's what we need. If you saw his pro day, 4.40, I believe, in the 40-yard dash and 41.5 inch vertical.
Okay.
And that shows coaches a lot if you're doing that in the combine.
All right. Well, let's jump on over here to Aggie P. Aggie P, what do you think your Giants should do?
Well, Big T, we were picking number 11. We need defensive players.
Yeah.
And especially focus on pass rushers on the outside and inside linebackers. So I don't know at number 11 who we can get per se. But that's what we should, and I think they're going to focus on inside linebackers and a good pass rush. I just can't remember the guy's name. I think we got one in free agency.
Yeah.
Very good pass rush. I don't know if he came from Green Bay or whatever, but, Big T, this whole draft thing, you just don't know.
You don't know
who's going to show up when the lights come on.
That's exactly right.
I mean, everybody all keyed on these first rounders. Man, 4th, 5th, 6th round people could come in and be the one. So I don't have any names for you, but I know the Giants are going to focus on defensive players. So
you get an edge rusher, Maggie P. K Whitty. I think his name is K Whitty or something like that. K Whitty Pay.
Yeah.
Where is he out of, Birdman?
Michigan.
Okay.
Hey, what about one of the Miami edge rushers that's out there? The U. I mean, you got some. You definitely have some. I don't know if they're going to be around that long, but you definitely have some potential there.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, back to my Dolphins. I would also be fine with either one of the Tar Heel running backs because if we're not going to go with Najee Harris, then either one of those guys I think would work. Brunel, Packers.
Yeah, we down round about 29. We pick round about 29, I think. So, the pick is going to be sort of slim round about that time. So, I'm thinking about offensive linemen. They don't really need a starting offensive lineman, but they need some backup.
Yeah.
Hopefully the tackle from Alabama, will be available. Or, the Notre Dame tackle as well. But like I said, the lineman is deep, in the draft. And then you picking 29th as well. So, hey, how they said the best player available?
Yeah.
That's what you're going to have to look at when you get to that, 29 at the bottom of the,
Yeah.
So,
well, you know what? When you're picking that late in the first round, like you said, it's kind of hard to have a wish list because at that point you kind of like picking from the leftovers. I mean, everybody's already picked the cream of the crop, and there's still some there. Most drafts there's some finds to be had in every round. You got to do your homework when you get down that low because, like I said, there's a lot of the best stuff has been picked over, and you're pretty much in that. You're kind of like what I have to do when I go shoe shopping. I used to go in and I would look at the shoes and I would look for what I liked. I would look for what looked good, and I'd find it and I'd say, yes, that's it. And then I would scroll down and look at the boxes and look at the shoe sizes and they would never have my size. So after doing that about 4 or 5 shoes every time I go shoe shopping, now you know what I do? I don't even look at the type of shoe. I just walk in and I go all the way down and I find my size and I look up and I see if I like the shoe. You know what I'm saying? Because I got tired of having to, see the shoe I wanted and then couldn't get it. It was like torture. So, and that's kind of how it is when your team is picking so late in the draft. Yeah. You're just like, man, we wanted this guy and this guy and that guy, but they gone. And I'm talking about as a fan. I mean, I think the general manager and the coach, they kind of look at guys that they feel are going to be in that general area. Mm-hmm. And if one of those top guys falls to them, then they say, okay, now we got something to work with. But, for fans are like, man, I want this guy and I want that guy. But you're not going to get those guys at 29.
Yeah, unless they really want somebody and they trade up. But, you ain't going to, that's very likely down at 29.
Yeah.
You ain't giving up a lot just to get, let's say that guy's high on their board that they trying to get and still there. So,
hey, Bird. So for those who don't know, Bird, we text back and forth as the Tunnel Crew. Bird has been like talking about his draft expertise and everything. So we're gonna hand it over to you for a minute. Go a little bit in depth with your Eagles, and okay. Before the show, we said don't be ripping our picks. Don't be ripping. But you know what? We're gonna go ahead and let you. We're gonna give you the floor for a minute. We're gonna go ahead and let you break down what you thought about everybody's picks. Now you've already talked about mine. So you don't.
Oh yeah, you got you in the right lane. But I'm
but you saying I got the wrong guy.
It's the wrong guy.
Okay, all right.
Because the Bengals, they need that offensive tackle. They need somebody to protect Burrow.
I think they're gonna be stupid. It's the Bengals, man.
Come on, man. They need protection. Burrow.
The Bengals, man.
Bird the Greek.
Yeah, Bird the Greek. All right. So, do you agree with Aggie P's assessment that his Giants need linebacker, edge rusher?
Yes, they do need an edge. If they want to keep up with us, if they want to split us again,
my goodness!
Sorry. The Eagles are leading that series.
Do we got the trash talking going on? The season ain't even close.
I'm sorry. Y'all had us just one time.
That's
goodness! That's it. In college, if you're gonna go with an edge rusher, I would go with Pay because he dropped at least 26.5 pounds. 261 pounds. He is allowing general manager Dave Gettleman to talk to him. So I mean, hey, there's a connection. I think I said his name right.
All right. Well, we're gonna hold you to that. What about Bro Mel's assessment of an offensive lineman for the Packers?
Defense wins games. I'll tell you that right now. Defense wins games.
This is our Mel Kiper.
And even though I agree, but I would have to disagree with the fact that guys should go with that Virginia Tech cornerback, Caleb. Here's why. Even though he had that procedure done on his back and he might fall in the boards on draft night, that is going to be a good pick for you because he could play on the outside. They had him play on the inside one time in college, I believe. And he did real well on the inside. So he could play any position either on the outside or the inside. And that's what y'all need.
Okay. Hey, listen up, everybody. Be sure to catch this live at home version of the crossover at home with the crossover every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. on YouTube. Go to our Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And then catch the audio. That's Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. And then catch the audio version Thursday nights at 7 p.m. on WLJFradio.com. You can also catch it on our app, the WLJF 100.7 app. It's available both on Google Play and in the iTunes Store. When we come back, it's time for the wrap-up.
Why so sad when the joy is here? What's the answer? Joy in the morning, the crossover. You can find them all right here on 100.7 WLJF. There's no need to be down when there's plenty of joy to go around. Get your daily dose and turn that frown upside down. Love and Faith Radio, 100.7 WLJF, The Joy.
My name is Priscilla Van. I'm with Hometown Insurance Service. I'm an independent insurance agent that specializes in Medicare, senior solutions, life, and health. I work with dozens of companies so that I can offer you the appropriate coverage as well as the affordable price for your insurance needs. If I can help you, please contact me at my website, hometowninsuranceservice.com, or email me at hometown.inservice, or you can find me on Facebook at Hometown Insurance Service. Thank you.
Times are changing. We all have questions about the future. Join us as we find the answers through the Word of God.
Love and Faith Christian Fellowship invites you to join our congregation. One church, 2 locations, Greensboro and Kernersville.
We're helping people on their path to find God as we provide spiritual leadership and growth through diverse ministry.
Celebrating over 25 years of ministry. Join our Love and Faith community where Jesus Christ is Lord and the people are loved.
It's time now for the crossover wrap-up report. Let's send it back to the Tongue Crew.
All right, welcome back to At Home with the Crossover, and a couple of quick mentions that I want to toss out there real quick. Danny Manning, he's got a job.
Oh, yeah.
After 6 years with the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, and then last year as an analyst with ESPN, he signed on to be an assistant coach with the University of Maryland, joining Mark Turgeon's staff. So congratulations to our man, Danny Manning. He's a hometown guy, of course. And Dallas, any Dallas fans in the house? Nope, I don't think so.
Nope.
Sean Lee announced his retirement after 11 years with the Cowboys. And he was a Pro Bowl player in 2015, 2016. In fact, 2016, he was an all-pro player. So much love to that dude, and enjoy your retirement, man. And how'd y'all like the Monday Night Football crew last year? You know, they've been on ESPN. They've been shuffling them the last few years. Yeah. Booger McFarland and all those guys trying to come up with the perfect combination, because ratings are falling for Monday Night Football, and they scrambling trying to fix that. Well, they announced earlier this week that the team is staying intact. The team that they had last year, Steve Levy, who was originally a Sports Center guy, ESPN guy, he's going to be staying as the main play-by-play guy. And then Brian Greasy and Louis Riddick are also coming back. And to be honest with you, I love Louis Riddick. Louis Riddick, you know, he's a guy that really breaks things down, analyzes things, gives you all the meat on it. And of course, Brian Greasy, he's colorful. You know, he's color commentary. He's colorful. I don't know if that's the best team they can get. Maybe right now they're just settling until they can get something better. We do know that Al Michaels' deal is up at the end of this season, and maybe they're going to make a strong push to try to get him and Chris Collinsworth over there on Monday Night Football. You know, we'll see. So, and then I don't know if y'all heard about Charles Barkley. He got into a little bit of hot water this week. Anybody hear this story?
About that Georgia
what did Charles do?
About the Georgia Bulldog. You got it, Bird. So, yeah, he made a comment that the Georgia Bulldogs mascot, the reason they made the Bulldog their mascot is because of all those women down there. Yes, Charles Barkley said that. Yes, he did. He said that. So, yeah, he got into a little bit of hot water there. I think it's going to be one of those things that blows over pretty quick. But why would you? Come on, Charles. You know better. You know better.
Is it the COVID stress that making these people say this crazy stuff, Big T? I mean, what is going on?
Yeah.
I have no clue. Hey, even Tom Brady is letting his hair down a little bit. So I don't know if you heard that the NFL passed a rule loosening the number restrictions. You know, they always had certain players can wear certain numbers and this, that, and the other. Where they passed the rule, now anyone except for offensive linemen and defensive linemen That's, they singling y'all out, Aggie P. They say anyone can wear numbers between 1 and 19 now, except for the linemen. And Brady hit social media up real quick and said this. He said, "Good luck trying to block the right people now." He said, "It's going to make for a lot of bad football." He said, "Why not just let the linemen wear whatever they want to? Hey, why even have numbers? We just ought to have colored jerseys." Hey,
wow.
Why not have everybody wear the same numbers? Brady said, "This is dumb." Hey, any thoughts on what Brady had to say?
I mean, he wasn't wrong.
I kind of agree with him myself too. So, why they singling your guys out, Aggie P?
I don't know, man. Hey, that's good though. We get all the attention. But I don't know about the NFL. I'm pretty sure them guys have their jerseys probably custom made, but I know on all other levels,
your
lower number are actually your smaller jerseys. So
yeah.
So you try to put a number 16 on a big defensive lineman, and because they wear those jerseys now that conform to your body, I can only imagine what that looks like. So I don't know, man. This is going to be interesting. Hey.
Yeah. All right, let's get to our standings. Last week I went 3-1. Aggie P, Birdman, Radar, and Stats all tied at 2-2, and Bromel and TP, you went 1-3 on the week. So a little bit of a rough week for y'all, but you're gonna bounce back this week.
I take my 2-2.
So you take it.
Man, I was watching when I was watching the 76ers, I was like, what in the world?
Exactly right, Aggie P. Same way.
I take my 2-2.
And the overall standings look like this. I got 75 wins. Birdman and Radar are tied with 64 wins. Stats has 61 wins. Aggie P has 59 wins. TP has 55 wins. And Bromel has 44 wins. All right, the picks for this week are as follows. Excluding Trevor Lawrence, pick any 3 players that you guarantee will be taken in the top 5. We got an NBA game between the Jazz and the Suns. And the Kentucky Derby, pick any 2 horses. If any of your horses finishes in the top, wins it, then you win. If they don't, they don't. So you get to pick 2 horses there. Let me go ahead and read mine first. I got Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, and Kyle Pitts for the NFL. I got the Phoenix Suns winning their game. And my 2 horses are Known Agenda and Highly Motivated. I'm going to read Radar's picks. He's got Jamar Chase, Mac Jones, and Penei Sewell. He's got the Jazz over the Suns, and he's got Rock Your World and Hot Rod Charlie for his horses. TP has Zach Wilson, Mark Jones, and a surprise, Kyle Trask. And she's got the Suns in an NBA game, and she's got Essential Quality and Mandaloun for her picks. All right, let's go with Birdman. Give us yours.
All right, I have Zach Wilson, Mark Jones, and Kyle Pitts going for the 3 in the draft, and the Suns. And then I got Known Agenda and Helium. All
right. Bromel.
Yes, I got Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Kyle Pitts, and then NBA, I got Jazz over the Suns, and then Essential Qualities and Known Agenda.
All right. Aggie P.
Yes, sir. I got Zach Wilson, Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase. I went with the Suns. And I took Highly Motivated and Essential Quality, but I was going to take Soup and Sandwich.
Soup and Sandwich?
See, I saw that name. I said, okay. Should I do it? Then I was like, no, I got to move up the board.
That's funny. Hey, and I forgot Stats. Stats got Zach Wilson, Kyle Pitts, Devontae Smith. He took the Suns. And he took Essential Quality and Hot Rod Charlie. Hot Rod Charlie. That's a funny one. Yeah. Hey, for Aggie P.
Shout out going to the Dudley Panthers, moving on to the regional playoffs in football.
77.
And for setting a record of 77 points.
Woo.
Playoff game against J.C. Roberson.
They whooped him. Hey, Bromel.
Well, I would just give a shout out what you just mentioned about Danny Manning being able to, get back in the game. And I think, being at Maryland is going to help him to see things a little bit different. Because when you're at Wake Forest, you better have somebody who can study.
That's right.
shoot that ball, and they don't stay long when they done.
Birdman.
Hey, shout out to everybody here tonight. We did it. We did put on a great show.
All right. Hey, that's it for this edition of the Crossover. I hope you've enjoyed it. For Aggie P, for Bro Mel, for Birdman, I'm your man, Big T, signing off and saying, no matter where you are, look up and know that your creator's there. Until next time, see ya, and we might want to be you.
That's all we have for you today. So be sure to join us next week for the Crossover. And remember, the Tunnel Crew don't play unless we have something to say.